Are you accidentally blending in on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook? Is your content not getting saved, likes, or even comments? Maybe it's because your content's too generic. Let's fix that. I'm Angela McMillan, storytelling coach, digital marketing strategist for wellness and somatic practitioners. I help you share your message in a way that truly connects with the people you would love to help without feeling fake, pushy, or salesy. On this video, I'm going to show you the 3 most common ways your content might not be landing and how to shift it so that your ideal clients start reaching out to you and saying, I don't know why, but some reason your content really feels like you know me. If that's what you want, stick around. Number 1 sign, your bio says what you do, but not why it matters. Maybe you say, I help people feel better, move better. I help people with nervous system regulation. But here's the honest truth you might not be aware of. Your audience doesn't actually care about your technique. They care about the transformation. Instead of naming your method or technique, name the movement, the shift that happens. Like, I help people move better before pain ruled their life. I help burnt out women feel like themselves again so they can show up in the world in a way that really connects with others. To help you with this, ask yourself this question. What are they doing, feeling, or choosing differently because of your work? That's your real bio. Sign number 2, you're sharing generic tips instead of personal truths. Generic content often comes from fear. Fear of oversharing, fear of not sounding professional, or fear of taking up space. That's why many of us default to top 3 self-care tips or 5 reasons to try somatic movement. But guess what? Every other practitioner is sharing that. What's missing is you. Try this instead. I'm a little bit scared to share this, but I know it's going to resonate with some of you. Last month, I completely ignored my own advice and got burnt out. So you know what I did instead? See how that hits different? Or maybe a mini testimonial from a client. Something like, when my client said this to me, I felt safe in my body again. I knew it hit something a little deeper than just exercise. It's these micro moments that build resonance with your audience, not just bullet points. Sign number 3, your tone is vague, soft, and passive. You might want to sound friendly, open, and not too pushy. But what your audience hears is hesitation. Things like, feeling stuck? Let's connect. If you're curious about my offer, DM me. Instead, make the offer clear and embodied. If your body is asking for more than just free tips, message me. This is the work that changes things. I'll show you how. You're not being pushy. You're inviting with intention. Here's the deeper truth you probably won't hear anywhere else. Generic content is a nervous system pattern. You go vague when you're trying to stay safe, please everyone, and not feel judged. The more that you bring you to your content, your stories, your real voice, your truth, the more connection you create. Let me tell you something that completely changed the way I created content forever. I once wrote a post, or several posts, about functional movement that got 0 engagement. I thought they were great. They were well written. I spent hours and hours on each post making sure that it was clearly communicated. It read like a textbook. Then I shared a post about how I couldn't walk properly anymore. I'd smashed my toe on a door frame. Have you ever done that? It's painful as... And I couldn't even dance at the time. So I shared openly about what that felt like as a movement professional, not being able to move. And you know what happened? That one post got more DMs than I'd ever had in the whole time I'd been creating content. Because people saw themselves in that moment. Same topic, different tone, sharing my truth. It wasn't just generic tips and tricks. It was an emotional piece. That's the power of story. Generic content is a nervous system pattern. We go vague when we're trying to feel safe. We don't want to feel too much, too visible, too salesy. It's not your fault, it's protection. Just like in a Feldenkrais lesson, the Feldenkrais practitioners in the room will know about this one. We brace, we limit movement, not because we're doing it wrong, because our nervous system is designed to protect us. Moshe Feldenkrais said, "When you know what you're doing, you can do what you want." Most of us know what we're doing wrong in our content, but we can't choose to do it differently. That's why story matters. When it's personal, specific, and true, it feels risky, but it also creates trust. And the science backs it up. According to the Nelson Norman Group, users will leave a web page within 20 seconds unless something compelling grabs their attention. Generic, safe content is repelling readers. It's losing people instantly. But emotionally resonant copy, specifically with story and sensory language, increases conversions by 30 to 50%. And according to studies from Princeton University, they've found that a story activates the same part of the brain as the speaker and the listener. That creates emotional resonance that builds trust and belonging. And trust is what gets people to buy from you. I saw this week inside the Embodied Messenger Lab. We're on week 2 at the moment, and we're working through the storytelling framework Aspires. One of my clients shared with us, and I'm allowed to share this, thank you, that she wasn't too sure about getting too emotional. She felt unsafe about doing that. But after going through the framework and showing you how to do it in a way that helps you feel safe, but still shares your story, the emotion of not just yourself or your ideal clients, she felt more confident in how to create content. And that's exciting for me. So if your content is feeling flat, it might not be a content issue. It might be a feeling of safety issue and story. Real, regulated, resonant story is the fix. I'm excited to share that I'm hosting a storytelling series in July called Embodied Storytelling That Sells. Last week, if you watched the video, you might have heard me call it Somatic Storytelling That Sells. But I want to pause on that for a moment because words matter. I've spent the last 25 years on somatic work. Real deep somatic work, not just for likes and clicks because it's a popular word to use. And so that's why I decided to shift the term to embodied storytelling that sells. It is a small shift, but it's something bigger because how we show up online builds integrity. And that's what the whole series is about. It's 30 days of content strategies, storytelling makeovers, workshops, and case studies. How to write more emotionally compelling posts, create reels that actually connect, and build a story-driven system that doesn't get you burnt out. So hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. Turn on that little bell icon and join us in the Ignite practitioner space where you'll get all the behind the scenes and the frameworks that I'll be sharing on the series. You don't need louder content, you need braver content. Your story, your voice, your presence. That's what people want.